U.S. Drought Monitor, June 26, 2025. For all 50 U.S. states and Puerto Rico, the U.S. Drought Monitor showed 25.83% of the area in moderate drought or worse, compared with 25.21% last week. About 71.9 million people live in areas now in drought, compared with 75.3 million the week before. Widespread degradations occurred in the Northwest U.S. this week. Rapid drying continues to be a problem in the area, despite slightly cooler and wetter conditions. Scattered heavier rains led to improving drought or dryness in parts of the central Great Plains and Midwest, especially northern Missouri and Iowa. Meanwhile, areas that missed out on the heavier rains saw degrading conditions amid hotter than normal temperatures. A mix of localized improvements and degradations occurred in Florida this week. Scattered heavy rains improved the situation for some parts of the state. Areas that missed the rains, however, saw short and long-term precipitation deficits grow amid worsening fire danger. Most of the Northeast remained free of drought or abnormal dryness, with a small area of long-term moderate drought on Cape Cod continuing this week. A small area west of Baltimore saw improvement to long-term moderate drought after recent heavy rain. A mix of improvements and degradations occurred in Texas, following heavier rains last week in the south-central part of the state and drier weather this week in the Midland-Odessa area. Localized improvements occurred in areas of heavy rainfall on the eastern plains of New Mexico. Any rain that fell from mid-Tuesday morning onward will be considered next week. Short-term abnormal dryness and moderate drought developed and expanded in parts of central Alaska, where short-term precipitation deficits built and fire danger increased. In Hawaii, localized improvements and degradations occurred after an overall drier week, with trade wind showers on the windward sides of the islands. Abnormal dryness developed along the northwest and south-central coasts of Puerto Rico, where short-term precipitation deficits grew amid crop stress and decreasing groundwater levels. The U.S. Drought Monitor is produced each Thursday through a partnership between the National Drought Mitigation Center at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Visit droughtmonitor.unl.edu for more. NDMC helps people everywhere reduce vulnerability to drought. Learn more about our work at drought.unl.edu.